All right, let's go to Billy Fischer while we got him.
All right, let's do that.
Mr. Billy Fischer, how are you, my friend?
Oh, how's it going? I try to be tech savvy, and I'm messing with, hey, I'll make this look better, maybe give me a little more hair and stuff, and all hell broke loose, man. How are you, man?
Fischer,
Chris, I never met you, but,
nice to meet you, man.
Somewhere down the road, but
Absolutely.
Listening to you guys, you're right there on the money with everything, man.
Billy was a good friend of Triv's and a good friend of mine as well.
Sure.
And he left the beautiful sunny skies of Northeast Ohio for the crappy, dreary weather of Las Vegas.
It's funny you guys open up the show with the rendition of God Bless America, or
Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah, well, right back here, this is the Triv benefit when Billy Morris and myself tried to do that same rendition of the national anthem. And I just found it on YouTube, and John Adams played drums for us.
Wow.
That's awesome.
So I'm going to let that run a little bit in the background. And
sure.
Yeah, Triv's the reason why not the reason why I moved out here, but he pushed me in so many ways. I was in bands back in the 80s and into the 90s. And then when I got on his show to sing Frankie Valli on the TV or on the radio show, that sparked my whole singing to tracks thing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And because of that, it took me to another level as far as just certain songs to sing and all that. And that brought me out to Vegas, basically. And I'm in a great place right now because of it.
So what are you doing out in Vegas? I don't know exactly what you do. I talk to you a lot, but I don't know what you're actually doing out there.
There's so much. I didn't move out here to perform at restaurants, although there's a couple that I do, reputable ones like Triv's in Strongsville. There's some places out here. The Italian American Club out here is a great place. If you want history about Vegas, you're going to find it there. I perform there. I'm in a tribute group with Bee Gees Gold. I play Robin Gibb. Now, mind you, I'm a short guy, so I have to wear all these taller shoes and stuff. Put a wig on and put the blue glasses on, and I portray Robin Gibb. So I'm just a sub for them right now. And I have to tell you, because of COVID, I was going to be a full-time member, but because I refused this, I'm not able to be part of that band because they were traveling and going to Canada, and Canada. So it was my decision. I missed out on a lot of money, but you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm also in a tribute with Crosby, Stills, and Nash. I play David Crosby, so I grow out the mustache, put a wig on, and I play guitar, and again, those taller shoes. So I'm part of that group as well. We had a show a few weeks ago at one of the casinos here in Vegas. It was great. Hoping to be back on the road with them. I'm in just yesterday. I did backup singing for a doo-wop group, and I wasn't part of the doo-wop. I was just singing with two lovely ladies side by side. We were doing the oohs and ahs for a couple girl entertainers, and again, I'll do that anytime. I'm in a Doobie Brothers Eagles tribute at times with different. It's called Album Palooza. If you go on Facebook, you'll find them. They have different tributes to all kinds of acts, and I'm part of their Eagles and their Doobie Brothers and Steve Miller projects that they have. So I'm going to Colorado next month with another guy named Lanny Counts, who's a big black dude who can sing everything from Michael Jackson to Lou Rawls, Barry White, up to Whitney Houston. And I'm going to be singing background and playing some percussion for him out in Colorado. So
wow.
Yeah, man, I'm loving life because of that,
Well, Billy, from what I understand of Vegas right now, seems like a lot, probably 50% or more of the people that were formerly based in LA are moving that way, musicians wise. Seems like that is really becoming the hot spot. How does that affect doing the business like you do? Do you find a lot of guys that were formerly LA, LA Sunset Strip guys now trying to invade the tribute world, or what?
Yeah, there are people coming here from California, that's for sure, as long as they have our ways,
right,
and not their ways. Right, I'm okay with that. There's a lot of musicians that are here that have been here for 30 plus years from Cleveland, met a lot of people from California, from everywhere. And they tell me it's just not the same, obviously, what it used to be. A lot of places don't want to pay the money. The Strip doesn't want to pay local musicians that money. So they find just duos or single people. I've done some track shows down there because they don't want to play. But you know what? I moved out here 6 years ago. It's still better to me than Cleveland as far as the entertainment side of things. I got a commercial in here. Let me shut that off. Sorry. Didn't mean to do that for you guys. Anyways, so yes, I mean, I've met a lot of new people out here from California. And you know what? You guys talk conservatively. Between musician and musician, they're conservative. Oh, geez, let me see. Let me shut this up. Anyways, so I guess what I'm boiling down to, you guys talked earlier, and I know, Chris, you mentioned you don't care anymore. Seth, you said one thing and you got trashed for it. Well, I too, when COVID hit and the whole vaccine thing and if we don't take it, you're this and you're that. How dare you not take it for the country? And then everything going on as far as political wise, from Biden, what's going on with that, to all this gender identity thing. I'm okay with all that. You want to be gay, you want to be straight, you want to dress up as a girl. But when you involve the children, it gets when it gets testy. So I posted something, I reshared something on Facebook from a local a musician friend who's a girl from Canada. She posted something about Cardi B and how McDonald's was promoting her. And how could McDonald's promote somebody that has a song called, WAP? And all I did was share that. And I asked this girl, I reached out to her, can I share your post? Because I totally believe what you just put. And she goes, oh, yes, definitely. And at the end, she put, it's no different than transvestites reading to, not transvestite, but yeah, I guess it is, reading to children. You know what I mean? Is that what it is? Is that what they're called? Yeah.
Drag queens, whatever.
Drag queens, reading the children. And I believe that. So I shared that. And because of that, there's an entertainer out here who wanted to ruin my career. And I'm like, okay, I don't have a career, so go ahead. So I refused anymore. I decided, you know what? Yes, I'm a musician, but I have my convictions. I have my morals, and I'm going to post what I believe. And I post a lot of funny stuff. I don't get really bad. I don't. I share stuff that I believe in, and it's everybody else that battles for me, because I have my Democratic liberal friends out here, musicians wise, that'll give me hell, but I don't care. I stay morally, it's your opinion to my opinion. Yeah. You know what I mean? And for it, I've had people come up to me and say, Billy, I like what you're doing on Facebook, and on the side, but they can't tell me that. They can't say it because not that they're afraid. They just, so if I can stand up for them at my height, 5'2", I will,
You do post a lot of cool stuff, though. I like watching you on Facebook.
And here's another thing. Because of Triv, and I owe that guy a lot, man. Let me show you what I have. Don't need to turn my head. But I was trying to find out. I found old, just flyers from the benefits that I did through the years. And because of him, when Facebook started coming out, he had all these friends. He goes, hey, you want some friends on Facebook? I'm like, sure. So he kept sending me. I don't know how you did it back in the day, but he send me friends. I accepted. And then I got shut down. He got shut down. He sent me tons of friends. I have now 5,000 friends, and 4,500 of them are from Triv, I think. So because of that, I have 5,000 friends. I'm at my peak, and I can share things that I think really go places. You know what I mean? And I appreciate that. Musically wise, I got a lot of fans because of that. And unfortunately, I do have a little Billy Fischer fan page that I never activated. I got to do that so I can just keep music a little bit separate.
Sure.
Totally from what I do politically now wise. But I always have Triv in my heart when I think of things, man.
Don't you miss those calls in the morning at 6 o'clock in the morning going, what are you doing?
Oh, I still keep my messages. Trust me. So it's a great
Especially
thing.
when I moved to Vegas, so they ended up being 3 o'clock in the morning calls.
Oh, trust me. And he knew damn well what he was doing. My wife would say, put that on mute before you go to bed.
So now I just read the other day, I actually heard a story on the radio that COVID is making a comeback. And now they're talking about this new director of the CDC or whatever is talking about maybe possibly doing more shutdowns and more boosters and all this kind of stuff. I mean, Vegas was shut down for a while. I know when I went out there and I saw you out there,
Yeah.
they had reinstituted the mask mandate and everything. That does affect your business pretty hard, doesn't it?
Oh, it definitely did. When it shut down altogether, I took a ride down there, and it's unbelievable. Now, mind you, the Strip didn't have no locks, so they couldn't lock their doors because they were open 24/7. So you actually saw padlocks on stuff.
Oh.
Driving down the Strip, it was so sad to see, and it definitely took a while before it came back. We have a Republican governor. Some like him, some don't. He was the sheriff out here. But he was better than what we had. And it's still not 100%. I mean, things are coming back and shows are happening. And there's a lot of local musicians. What I love about out here is the family of local musicians. And mind you, I knew a lot of local musicians in Cleveland, don't get me wrong. But the community, Vegas, the Strip is so huge, but the city is so small. You know what I mean? And because of that, there's so many musicians that stick with each other, you know what I mean? Help each other out, that play with the bigger people. You know, there's a guy who plays with the Barry Manilow. He's a local musician here, and I played with him on stuff, and it's just cool. I mean, they're giving back, you know what I mean? Sharing.
Sure. Well, it's part of the reason that it's like that, though, too, is because Vegas is wired for entertainment. I mean, that's what Vegas is. We're here in Cleveland, entertainment is your sideline. It's your Friday, Saturday. We're out there. Tuesday is an entertainment day. Monday is an entertainment day. All the days are entertainment days in Vegas.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They totally are. There's not a time. When I first moved out here, there was a place called the Tap House. Every Monday night was a jam musicians night. That place was packed every Monday. And because of that, that's how I met all the other musicians that I now call dear friends, that because of that place. But it's endless. Yeah, there's private parties constantly. They make up a reason to have a private party. Hey, can you do my gig? Can you do my party? And everybody shows up for it, and it's wonderful, and it's great. I met so many great people because of it, and you won't find that in Cleveland. You know, you could if the weather was better, but I'm saying, you know what I mean?
Sure.
It took a while to figure out. When we first moved out here, let's go do this. Oh, then maybe it's going to rain. It's like, wait a minute, what are we talking about? It's not going to rain out here. And my wife always said, you don't have to shovel sunshine. So when it's the heat, it's like 116. It's been brutal, don't get me wrong, but then you just stay indoors, you know what I mean? And I don't have to go out and do any work,
I'll tell you what, the last time Heather and I were out there, you were so gracious enough. You picked us up. Our plane got delayed like 17 times leaving Cleveland. And so we didn't end up getting to Vegas until like literally 3 o'clock in the morning Vegas time. It was the day that Billy had to stay up and come to get us.
Yeah, it definitely is crazy.
We were there. I think one day we were walking because we also got stuck there. So we ended up staying in another hotel. That used to be the Hooters Hotel, and it was kind of close. It looked close to a liquor store, and I was itching for some liquor, and it looked like it was close, and the temperature was 107, and I decided, okay, we're going to walk to this liquor store to get something to drink, and literally, it seemed like we were walking across a desert in the middle of Africa. It was not. I was waiting to see cheetahs like walking by us because it was so damn hot, and I'm wearing a sweatshirt and sweatpants trying to walk to this stupid liquor store just to get a bottle of vodka. And it was the most horrific thing ever. But everybody said, oh, it's a dry heat. No, it's still hot. It doesn't matter, dry heat or not. It's hot in Vegas.
You know, they say what you have to do is turn your oven on, then open the door and put your head. That's the heat of Vegas, because that's a dry heat coming out of your oven there. That's the same. And you're right. I mean, but again, I mean, compared to the humidity, I can take a shower and not have to sweat when I get out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's still nice there.
Yeah.
So we wanted to have you on because you're coming back to Cleveland this week. I think Wednesday, right?
Yes, I come back Wednesday. Yes.
And you have a bunch of gigs planned.
I have some gigs. Again, before COVID, my idea was to come back twice a year and do gigs. And when COVID hit, I didn't get a chance to really try to figure that out again. But I promise next year I'm going to do that, because obviously places book up late in the year for the next year. So I kind of fumbled the ball, but I was able to get into Trivs. I'm going to be at Trivs in Strongsville next Wednesday, not this coming Wednesday, but a week from this Wednesday. Yeah. So, and then the only other public place I have is a place called Gino's Place in Strongsville as well. It's down Pearl Road. And he's a great guy as well. But I have a couple of assisted living homes that I'm going to be doing while I'm here. Cool. One for she's 98 years old. It's a friend of mine whose mother's in there. So I'm going to do that. And then a VFW club. But other than seeing my kids and my grandkids and my siblings that are there, yeah, looking forward. And friends and family. You guys.
Chris, you don't know. Billy has done so much for like the Codes for Kids charities.
Sure.
And with Triv, with the benefits and like the best, he dressed up as, remember he did Kung Fu fighting?
And I got pictures. I kind of have hair, but with Triv, the benefits, I was always bald. So I glued this ponytail on the back of and I have a little kid's ninja outfit, and I did Kung Fu fighting, doing all kinds of anything Triv wanted. You know what? I came out here and it was like I walked right into the same thing, because I did stage shows out here in Vegas, variety shows, and it was just like what Triv put on. So I was able to don my little Elvis outfit with my styrofoam big head and the big glasses, and I did Elvis out here as the little Elvis, So
nice.
Yeah, he didn't know it. I didn't know it till I got it. Well, he like I said, he's in my heart. And here, I'll show you this. This is fat head of me that Jimmy Grenick did. And it has Coats for Kids right there.
Nice.
At one of the benefits. I didn't know this was happening until I got there, and I'm like, what the hell?
I remember that. He had a bunch of
So
those signs, but I remember I was kind of pissed. I wanted one of my own, and I didn't get one.
I wasn't able to bring it home, so my buddy who lives here from my first band back in Cleveland, he was going home to ship some stuff, drive back with some stuff. He carted that in his car and put it in a passenger seat all the way home, while he was driving.
Nice.
I miss those benefits like you can't believe, Billy. I think about them all the time.
You're not the only one, man.
I wish we could do that again. I mean, not only for us, because I just enjoy doing it, but for Coach for Kids too. But it was always just such a good time. He did such a good job with those, and you were always so generous, and it was just such a blast, man.
Well, in my first band I was in, called Lost Children, we called ourselves, because we all came from broken homes, more or less. So we came up with this name, and it's like, well, that name kind of sounds pretty, just, I don't know, not dark, but so let's do something about it. So we decided to start working with children's charities, and we donated as much as we could, $100 every time we had like $100 in our till, because we bought our own brand new sound system. I took a mortgage out on my second car to buy a truck. You know what I mean? So we had to pay that back. But every $100 that we made, we had a checking account. I found children's charities locally, not United Way, not those big ones, and I sent them a $100 check. We did benefits for cystic fibrosis, you name it, the Providence House, the Marines, Toys for Tots. And I've always been involved in charities. So again, I listened to Triv, and when that started happening, like, man, it just turned out to be the best thing to be able to hook up. And he gave me that opportunity. He didn't have to answer my phone call when I sang Sherry, or you know what I mean? I called up and sang Sherry for him. He didn't have to do that. But next thing you know, I'm in his son's restaurant singing, paying. I spent $100 each time I played there on a karaoke system just to have the music so I can sing, because I didn't have that. So I eventually bought my own stuff, and it paid itself off. But it was a privilege, and it was an honor. I mean, really was.
He absolutely loved you. I know that. Somebody texted in and said, "Are you still doing the home shows on Facebook?"
Man, as much as I say yes, I'm going to do it again, I don't. I do want to start. I love when I did Mellow Mondays, it was called. And And because I just wanted to keep it mellow music, but it was songs from the 60s, 70s, 50s, and then people would come in. I need to do a setup where I can really see it on time, people coming in and saying, can you do this and all that, you know? And then Facebook was shutting me down a couple times too. Obviously, you know that. Just with problems because I'm copywriting songs, but the songs I bought, I know it's not, you know, I mean, I legit bought them from a place, but yeah, copyright, or what, you know, I don't know how you put that in a line, but like they're getting any money from it, you know what I mean?
They were the best, Chris. I'm telling you, during COVID, there was no entertainment anywhere, as you know. There's no clubs, nowhere to go, nothing.
Yeah.
And Billy would always be on Facebook doing these shows, and there was
3 times a
nothing
week.
better
That's
than
awesome.
watching those shows at night.
I got contacted by a producer in California from a show called I Can Hear Your Voice or something, or I Can See Your Voice. And it was a show where you had to try to, as a contestant, you had to try to see this person singing and saying, you're not really singing. You have to determine whether that's really his voice or not. So they contacted me. I went through the whole process of Zoom meetings with different producers. I signed a contract for $1,000. And at the end, it's like, I either get in or I don't. And I ended up not getting in, but I went through that whole process all because of my online shows that I did. So that was kind of cool. I didn't know who I was reaching, like I said, you know.
Well, they were amazing, and you're amazing, and I really appreciate you coming on today. So you're going to be at Trivs a week from Wednesday. So the
week
16th.
From Wednesday, yeah, that's the big one. That's my home away from home.
What time are you going to be there?
It's 7 to 10, I believe. Yeah.
And then Gino's when?
Gino's place. That's going to be on not that Saturday because I'm playing the feast at Little Italy on Friday before the feast downtown at Nido Italia on Friday before the next week. So Friday at Nido Italia down at Little Italy. When I come in, and I'm terrible with dates, but I know I come in Wednesday. That's the 9th. So 10th, the 11th, yeah. I believe I'm at Nido Italia. Then I'm at a VFW in Avon Lake on that Saturday. That's kind of private unless you're a veteran. And then following the next week, Wednesday at Trivs. And then that Saturday, again, I'm at Gino's place. So I'm looking forward to it.
I know Tony Masaccio is going to be down at the feast. He's going to be looking for you. So.
Oh, cool. And Jimmy Gerard, who owns the Italian American Club out here, he's from Cleveland. He's going to be there, and he's going to be at the show Friday. And probably busting my balls like they call it out here.
That's awesome.
That's what they do out here, man. Yeah, I love it. It's old school. They're still, you know, I went to see Rich Little's show. He's still out there. He's 80-some years old. And I was able to meet him backstage, and all the old timers are still here. Pat Cooper just passed away. If you remember a comedian, Pat Cooper, he just passed away out here. Shecky Green is still alive out here. If you know that name, they're all in their late 80s, man. Entertainer wise, there's a guy named Clinton Holmes. There's that song, "My name is Michael. I got a nickel. I got a nickel." He lives out here. He does entertaining all over the place. He goes to New York a lot, but he entertains out here. And yeah, they're out here still, man. Some of the old timers still loving life out here in Vegas.
That's awesome, man. Well, I appreciate you coming on, Billy, and I'm looking forward to you coming into town. I'm looking forward to seeing you.
Yeah, let's have breakfast or something.
Absolutely going to get it done.
Yeah.
I love to meet you somewhere down the road, man.
Maybe next Wednesday.
Okay. All right.
All right, Billy. Good talking to you. We'll talk to you very soon. I'll see
Thanks,
you soon.
guys. Have a good
Thank
one.
you, Billy.
Take care, man.
Bye. Good guy, man. He's just a good dude all around, and he's just, like super nice. And he's always gone out of his way to help the charities, and out of his way to help me even. I was in Vegas and stuck there and everything. And you're not going to meet a much better person than him.
Yeah, seems like a good dude, man. I was thinking we should go next Wednesday.
To Trivs?
Yeah.
The 16th? I would love to go.
Why not? Let's go.
I would absolutely. We'll make that happen. All right. Let's take a quick break, I guess.
Yeah, and then if the band shows, the band shows.
The band shows. If not,
we got plenty to talk about.
I was going to say F them, but I'm not going to say that about service members. So
I'll come and kill you.
Back. Yeah, I know. These guys are like special ops from what I've been reading.
Right.
So, yeah. Hey, if they don't come, I'll send them flowers.
There you go. Perfect.
And we'll be right back.
It is time to save America and stop funding woke corporations. Shop with merchants that share your values today. Get all the great products you buy online anyway from Mammoth Nation. Visit the online store today at us.cmspn.com and save money while helping to fend off enemies of our way of life. We can't expect change until we make changes ourselves. Shop Mammoth Nation today.
Are you looking for a way to support the Seth Williams Show? Get your Seth Williams Show merchandise today. From coffee mugs to clothing and everything in between, our high-quality merch is the perfect way for you to not only support the show, but show everyone what is the greatest show going today. Just go to shop.thesethwilliamsshow.com now, shop around, and buy some great merchandise from the Seth Williams Show. Shop today.
Hey, it's Seth, and I appreciate you watching today. And you can make a difference. For just $4.99 a month, you can help save someone's life today. It really does count. Every dollar matters. And you can change someone's life. Not these ridiculous dogs. Those are actor dogs. I'm talking about myself and Chris Akin. I can barely afford a shave and a haircut, or sleeves on a shirt sometimes. We could use your assistance today. Just go to the Odyssey app. Go to the Odyssey website, ODYSEE. Just $4.99 a month can change the world for someone today. Myself and Chris Akin. We'll give you extra content. We'll give you bonus footage. We'll give you new episodes. Subscribe to the Odyssey channel today. Thank you.
Hey everybody, it's Don Dockin. When I'm feeling nostalgic, I always go to Pinball PA. You gotta go check it out. It's a lot of fun.
Stop what you're doing and start making memories at Pinball PA, located at 2284 Broadhead Road, Suite 10B in Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. We have over 420 video games and pinball machines to play, and all games are set to free play, so no quarters or tokens are needed. Pinball PA is open 6 days a week, and is the best and most affordable entertainment spot in all of Western Pennsylvania. Check out our website at www.pinballpa.com for more details. Come visit Pinball PA today. Initials up.